Gloria Boyle. Everyone calls me Glow, and this is Max. Say hi, Max. I live in Laura, and I like it because it's a small town, and it's a quiet town. I can't wait to meet Nick and have Nick help me with my kitchen overhaul, because he can help me get things in order in my kitchen to make it easier for me to cook without having to go from here to here to here to here. My Graham nephew Zach is getting ready to start school, and I'm trying to help him learn how to cook because he's going to be on his own, and he doesn't know how to cook unless it's on high or in a microwave. I need home cooking overhaul because it's really a pain in my butt having to go from spice cabinet, can cabinet, baking cabinet, stove, and I know there's got to be an easier way, but I need somebody to help show me the easier way. The food I really, really want to make, but don't know how, is seafood lasagna, excuse me. I have been dying to try to make it, but I don't know how, and I am really, really, really hoping that Nick will make it and I can help or watch, or because I love seafood and I love lasagna, and I just think that would just be it would be one of the that would be heaven. Okay, my cooking is off the wall. I have no cooking style. Whatever I throw together, that's what it is.
We went to go in the kitchen, she's like, nope, get out, we're doing a top secret experiment in here. So we're like, oh, okay, like, we think she's about to make something like that we all love, and she just won't tell us. And then she's like, it's blueberry mango chicken, and we're just like, huh. And we tried it, and the chicken tasted like blueberries, but it needs a little work.
My worst cooking experience was, oh my gosh, there's so many, I can't think of which one to tell you about. Oh my gosh, Max.
I think home cooking overhaul will indeed help my aunt. She's very well with constructive criticism.
Nick, please help.
Boy, I know I have my work cut out for me tomorrow. It's gonna be a long day. This family really needs me. I better get some rest.
Eating your groceries, all your food is gross and disgusting.
How long has it been here? Okay, so this is going on display in a museum. This is petrified.
Middle of January, what are we eating? I mean, is it in the pantry or?
what a way to get here. That was a beautiful tractor. I'm here to work with the Boyle family and actually teach her and Zach how to cook some great meals. I know that she needs to learn some seafood lasagna and she wants to learn about fish, chicken, pasta. We got a lot of work to do. But from what I saw, I need some power tools for this one, so I got them. And we're gonna make sure we give their kitchen a little renovation and actually do a little remodeling to actually make her workspace a little easier for her to work in. We better start heading there. I know we have our work cut out for us now.
When Nick gets here today, I expect the unexpected. Just from what I hear, I will be surprised.
It's just gonna be an exciting ordeal, and I can't wait.
I'm sure with Nick's help that I will learn a lot more than I know now. I feel excited about learning new things to help me get my kitchen straightened out. I think Nick will change my way of how to organize.
Hurry up!
So this is it. I think we're actually here. Got a nice decent break in the weather, so let's see what happens. Sounds like a bit of a party in there, but let's go and check it out. Remember, it's not the cooking that needs the help, it's the kitchen that needs its overhaul. So here goes.
There was a spider on me. At first I thought it was a fly. I thought it was a fly and it was a spider. Okay, here it comes, here it comes. Oh, who is it, boy?
Max?
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. My name's Zachary.
Zach, great to meet you. And I know you're not Glow, you're the pet.
That's Max.
Yeah, Max.
Max, good to meet you, Max. Do you know how to shake?
Shake.
Shake. Well, that works. Hi, Max. Great
Hi,
to meet
Nick. It's nice to meet you.
you. Good to meet you. So we got some work to do here.
Yep.
Okay.
Got a
and
lot.
From what I understand, it's not so much cooking, because you're a good cook.
Yes, I'm a good cook.
Do you agree with that?
Yes,
Okay.
very good cook.
Well, that's a good thing. It's more the kitchen.
Yeah.
So let's have a seat and get started.
Okay.
All right.
Absolutely.
And we have a couple things we're going to do.
Okay.
And first
I'm ready
of
for
which,
anything.
we have,
Hi, Max.
we're going to do a little
Oh, wow.
presentation here. Actually, we have a couple things to actually help you out. And
Voila.
if you would like, have a seat, Zach.
Okay, thank
Make
you.
yourself at home. I made a little workbook for you, as I do with everybody on the show. And we have a bit of a plan.
Okay.
We're gonna need to actually start by organizing the kitchen. And I know that that's a bit of an issue because of course it's pretty small.
Right.
And there's not a lot of room, and from what I understand, I watched your video that you sent our producers, and it said that, well, of course you're a good cook, and you agree with that.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. But it's how you work and the layout of it, it's hard for you to work in. So we may have to gut that thing today.
Okay.
Maybe. But we're going to get
I'm
our
game
hands
for
dirty.
anything.
And we're also going to create a little more counter space. And from what I understand, you're 18.
Yeah.
You need to learn how to cook.
Well, I do some things, but I do rely on the microwave.
You rely on the microwave way too much. So right there, we need to teach you how to cook without the microwave.
Okay.
And of course, we're also going to learn a couple new recipes for you,
Yes.
such as your The recipes will include your, you said you like
Linguine.
seafood?
Oh yeah.
And you cook pasta, so we got a linguine with clam sauce.
Okay.
And
garlic soup.
we're gonna make a garlic soup since you're a big fan of garlic.
Yeah.
Both recipes use a lot of garlic in them, so garlic soup's gonna be great for you.
Oh.
And it requires a little bit of manual labor, so both of us will get our nails dirty and we'll give it a shot in the arm. We're also going to learn how to do a bacon wrapped chicken liver because I know you're a fan.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds great. I love chicken livers and I love bacon.
Now, you have a recipe called blueberry mango chicken?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was an invention.
I heard you have a laboratory going back there, and you were not allowed in the laboratory while
No.
the mad scientist was experimenting.
Nope, we were told to stay out.
Something to stack up against that. It's my cranberry maple glazed pork.
That sounds good.
That
And
sounds
it's,
amazing.
again, a more intricate, intermediate recipe than a beginner's recipe, but there's a lot for the both of you to do in the kitchen to actually pull this off. And we're going to make that tonight.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And of course, you mentioned something about seafood lasagna.
Yeah.
I looked at about maybe 10 or 12 different recipes. And I came up with a recipe that I think would incorporate, you like shrimp.
Yeah.
I'm not a shrimp fan.
Okay.
But I had to experiment with this for a while to actually get this thing to work with people that like shellfish and don't like shellfish, but incorporate the seafood and all that.
Right.
But of course, because we're in Ohio, we're landlocked. So the fish we're going to use in this is readily available in most of your mega marts and your local grocers.
Okay.
Okay.
First, we got to do something about your kitchen.
Okay. Are you ready to tackle it?
I brought some tools with me.
Boy, do I have tools.
Maybe I should have a hard hat.
Yep.
We have some power tools.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So let's get started.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's get started.
It's in there somewhere. We got a lot of stuff over here, so this is very cozy to dine in without actually getting anything caught on the camera. Okay. All right. You want to show me what's going on in here? Coming into the kitchen, we have the first tight squeeze here.
Yes.
Okay, and we have a table from.
This is my patio table, as well as my inside table. When it gets cold out, I bring it in the house.
This is primarily where you want to eat that.
Right. I'm a big fan of families eating together.
Okay.
I did it with my parents when I started taking care of my parents. So I have felt the same way. And at a
This would be
dinner
little
table.
Too close though.
Well, yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we also have floating shelves.
Yeah. I have ceiling heat.
Okay.
So I can't hang anything from my ceilings. So
if you could hang these from your ceiling, then be hanging from your ceiling.
probably.
This piece here, this is a nice piece. What is this?
This was my mom's hutch.
Okay.
She got it. My grandmother got it for her when my mom and dad got married in '53.
And
My
that's the air
air
conditioner
conditioner.
behind it. Now the air conditioner is not going to work if this is blocked. It's got to pull the air in and blow
Exactly.
air out. This is going to cycle into itself,
Right.
and it's just going to either.
It just got moved there.
Okay. And what do you keep in this hutch? This is.
Spices.
Okay.
There's some spices in it right now. And it doesn't open quite
Those are
all
your
the way.
spices.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And then you have cabinets though. You have
Yeah.
plenty of cabinet space with miscellaneous stuff in there.
yeah.
So we can probably utilize that as well. Well, we're going to dive into that. And maybe counter spaces
Okay.
to work with to make food is
See,
a little rough. There's a
yeah.
microwave coffee maker, but then this is the only place to really prepare something. When
Right.
you want to put something on the stove,
Right. Exactly.
you're dragging a piece of raw chicken all the way over to here,
Right.
and then there's nowhere to really
Right.
put it.
No
once you're
work
done.
area.
So the work area is an issue,
Right.
and the table.
Mhm.
Because this is not only the centerpiece, this is the pivot point for the ballet that happens in here.
Right.
I have some ideas in my mind,
Okay.
and I'm going to send you and Zach out of here,
Okay.
and and we're gonna have some fun and see what this looks like, and hopefully it works.
You know what?
Done.
I'm ready.
You just gotta have faith in what I'm doing.
I have faith.
All right.
I'm
think
ready.
We can do that in about 2 hours. So here we go.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
All right, you do your magic, and I'll be your assistant.
Out of the way.
All right, I'll be out of here.
Okay, so clearly there is a lot of work to do here. Before we even start cooking, we got to get that kitchen sorted out. It's got a lot of rearranging to do, more so than I actually thought. That table in the middle is huge. So we got to figure out what to do with that, unless they're all going to eat outside throughout the winter. But most importantly, getting some decent counter space to actually prep food on, serve it and all that. The other thing we got to work on is just all that stuff just floating in the air. We got to figure out a way to organize that, get all that stuff, the cutting boards and all that off the floor. I have a change of clothes with me and some tools, and I'm going to get in there, get changed, get my hands dirty, and get this done. Because it's starting to get late, and we need to start cooking.
See it? Uh-huh. That's my water faucet. If you turn it on too hard, it'll fly right off.
You just gotta keep it on there and bend down and turn the thing off at the same time.
So we are ready to go. If we can even get this stuff in here, there's such a tight spot to actually squeeze. I think one of the first things we're actually going to need to do, move this table somewhere. So this is going to be very interesting. We also got a lot of glassware we're going to have to cover up. She says that everything she uses to serve her family is in here. So I think with just a couple little adjustments, those glasses will actually fit up here. Okay, so now that we've got all that glassware out of there, the next step is actually to take this useful counter surface here and actually use that space over here, because anything in the corner here is always dead space. Perfect spot for a microwave or a coffee maker. She's got another 2 outlets that we can actually take advantage of. And then that'll free up all this space for her to use right here. Okay, however, with such a tight squeeze, neither me or the camera crew really have room to do anything. First things first, we're going to get the table right out of the middle of the room so we can actually maneuver a little bit. I think this will make a great centerpiece out there on the coffee table until we're done. So we'll start there. Someone has a new centerpiece out here.
Cool.
Okay. Now, are these seasoned or unseasoned? Are these seasoned or unseasoned cutting boards?
They probably haven't been seasoned for a while.
All right. There you go. Seasoned cutting boards now. Where do you want? Okay. Where were you thinking of putting it?
Back in my junk room again.
But it's not junk.
I know, but...
Do you have a bedroom?
You saw my bed.
I did.
Where would I put it in?
We could put it on top of the chairs. If you like it so much, you can sleep with it.
I know.
So making it a functional kitchen for you to be able to cook in is more important
yes.
than a museum.
Yes.
Because if you want a museum, you could just let food rot on the counter. And
no. Excuse the French.
so
No.
so we got
okay.
it.
So we can detach ourselves from this in the kitchen.
Yes.
Okay.
We can detach ourselves from that in the kitchen.
Got it.
Now
Now what we do with other stuff in there,
Now-
such as cookbooks,
my cookbooks, I would like to.
you have 2 empty cabinets right there that you can get to now because I can't imagine what you would use that for. It looks like it quacks.
There was stuff left in here when I moved in.
Just a few more minor adjustments. We're getting there. All right, we're ready to cook.
As Nick was tearing through my kitchen, I was thinking, oh, this is a mess. But so far, it's been a good mess.
As Nick was tearing through the kitchen, I was sort of thinking at first, where is this going? And then when he moved the microwave, it like did open up a whole new persona and create a lot of space. I'm anxious to see what else there is in store.
So now I think we got everything straightened out in the kitchen. At least that's been renovated. I'm gonna get this stuff packed up, get some food out in my case, get changed, cleaned up, and then we're actually gonna start cooking now. So I'm glad everything worked out the way it did. And here we go. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
So the first recipe I'm actually making is gonna stack up, hopefully, against your blueberry mango chicken. This experiment you did. I call this one cranberry maple glazed pork. A recipe and calls to make a rub.
Okay.
It calls for paprika, ground pepper, seasoning salt, chili powder, garlic, onion powder, celery salt, and mustard powder.
Okay.
So if you have a little bowl or something, you can actually put the stuff in. That's perfect. That works.
There you go.
Very fancy and decorative.
Yeah.
So we need 1 tablespoon, and again, depending on the size of the loin, 1 tablespoon,
And you do like I do.
pretty much. We have our chili powder, we need a teaspoon of that, celery salt, that's not that bad. And we need 2 teaspoons of that, and our onion powder, and another 2 teaspoons of that. Our garlic powder, 1 teaspoon, but we're gonna go with 2 teaspoons since you like garlic so much.
Okay.
You need a sprinkle of mustard powder. A little bit of mustard powder goes a long way. Now, a little bit of sea salt. Because you don't do regular salt, I understand.
Right.
But there is quite a bit of salt in some of these ingredients. The sea salt has a different taste to it, and it gives it a little different dimension to the flavor. Do you have a fork? Because we're going to mix this up.
There you go.
Take that. I'll start by sprinkling a little bit of it on the top. I want to be very generous with it. And then we turn it right over to our pan. We're going to roast it in. And I always keep the fat side up.
Okay. Because the dripping will
The
go down
dripping will
inside.
actually keep it
Right.
moist. I also put a little extra seasoning on the top. Press it in. Give it a little shake. And I dip. That gets the ends seasoned
Right.
and the sides seasoned as well. You take a little bit of the extra, right there. Don't be worried about how much is on there. Some of the seasoning does burn off.
Right.
But when you press it into the pork and keep the fat on the top, it'll actually stay in the meat and actually create a nice crust on the
Crust.
outside. I'm going to go ahead and drop that right in our oven on the middle rack.
Here we go.
And that's going to stay in there for a good maybe half hour. And we'll
Okay.
check on it in a little bit, because I'll show you how to start making the sauce. In the meantime, though, we're actually going to create a couple different recipes.
Oh,
Because I got to show
okay.
Zach how to make something easy,
Okay.
And I'm also going to show you how to make those bacon wrapped chicken livers.
Oh,
So
cool.
that's going to be good.
Okay.
All right, Zach, if she's working on the pork, you get to do the sauce. So we have some jelly cranberry sauce, mustard, cranberry juice, and maple syrup.
Okay.
This is going to be the glaze that's going to go on the pork when it's all done. And if you want, you can crack open the sauce. And we're going to go ahead and put that in the pot right here. See, I figured if you can use a microwave, you can use a can opener.
This might be a little too old-fashioned.
Oh. We have a little butter knife that actually pries it open. Oh, he's got nails, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't need a
Can you
butter
also
knife.
scoop about half that out with those nails?
Oh, we need half of it?
Yeah, about half of that.
Okay. No.
We got the lid off.
Yeah. Okay.
He's got it. We're gonna need some cranberry juice, so go ahead and pop that open. And we're gonna pour about half that in there.
Half the cranberry juice.
And a little more. A little more. That's good. We're gonna need some maple syrup.
This stuff?
Yep. And you're gonna take maybe about 3 tablespoons. I'll tell you when.
Okay.
Or we can measure it.
It's up to you. It's a little too late.
That's good. And some Dijon mustard.
Dijon mustard.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of that. That's 1. That's 2 right there. Now we're gonna whisk that up over some low heat. Now, so come on over to the stove, take your whisk. There you go.
Thank you.
And
That's the back
on the
burner.
back burner.
Whisk
And
it together?
yep, just go ahead and whisk it together. As it starts to heat up, it's going to be a lot easier and it's going to start melting together. So it's not going to be as hard, but you just want to break it all up for now. And just keep tapping your whisk to get some of the stuff out of there so it mixes together better.
Smells so good.
And these are things you can't do in a microwave.
Yeah.
So you're kind of
might
stuck
might
with
help
this.
my health a little bit.
It'll help your health, it'll help you learn how to cook. That's why we went for a deeper pot.
Okay.
You have some room to move it around like that. In short round strokes
Is what breaks it
will
up.
actually break it up a little easier. Just like that. Get a little aggressive. There you go. Now before we reduce it all the way to low, we have some orange juice.
Okay.
We're going to drop a 1/4 cup of orange juice in there. You can also grate some orange peels and put those in there along with the juice of some orange.
Okay, turn it down to...
Now you're gonna, yes. Now you got that mixed in there. You're gonna turn it all the way down to low. And you're gonna put the lid on it. And you're gonna make bacon wrapped chicken livers.
Okay, sounds good.
Come on in, Glow.
I'm ready for this one.
Oh, all right.
Is to take them out about an hour before you're gonna use them. And let them kind of thaw before you actually start working with them. And we have our
Do you
bacon.
fry them in the skillet?
Yep, oil in a skillet. Or if you wanted to use your fryer, you could do that.
Yeah.
You have an electric fryer. What you do is take some of the bacon,
Cut it in half.
right in half. 'Cause
Yeah.
you don't need a whole strip to go around the livers.
Right.
And we'll take one strip, and we take, as nice as these are, kind of a little frozen already, which is awesome. Drop that right down here. You may want to break it apart to get some smaller pieces. And we're going to wrap that right in the bacon. And if you want to hand me
Yum.
a toothpick, we're going to skewer that. Just like that.
Perfect. Perfect.
And this will actually be better than just the chicken liver by itself.
Oh.
Because everything's better with bacon. So, here's some that are already cut up. And Zach, do you want to be in charge of toothpicks since you didn't touch any of the
Okay.
meat yet?
Okay.
And if you want to hand us toothpicks while we assemble some of these.
There's one.
Yeah, I'll take all 3. There are a couple more coming. We'll just start with that.
Oh, how neat.
Here's your toothpick.
I think this should be enough for everybody. When you cut, put it down on the counter and cut through it.
Okay, I will do that
This
next
way you're
time.
not cutting through the air. We're going to start by introducing a few at a time right into the oil.
Never mind, there they are.
Just like that. If you notice, we actually brought our oil temp. We brought the oil up quite a bit. Once it reached temperature, we actually turn the burner up onto high because once we start putting the cold chicken livers and the bacon in there, the oil temperature is going to drop.
Right. Right.
So we want to make sure that we keep that temperature up high enough. But you got to keep an eye on it. Any hotter than 350 degrees with vegetable oil, such as this is, you don't want it to start smoking and then start flaring
Right.
and flash on you. Now typically only take maybe 5 to 10 minutes. This looks like it's the thickest one. So we're going to take our thermometer, stick it straight in the middle, see if we get up to about 160. Okay, so those are done. We killed the heat. Let's move the pan over onto a cool burner. So we don't need the oil to stay hot. Then we're going to go ahead and very carefully just pull them out and drop them right on the paper towel we have here.
We're done with that.
We'll go ahead, cook. Begin.
Try one?
Go ahead. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. You can have
I ended up with a double. I wasn't sure if that was the cook special right there.
Okay.
Hot.
Ah.
Hot.
I'm sure they're very hot.
No, what is that called?
Ramaki. Actually, what you can do is you can mash up a garlic clove, put in some soy sauce, and dip it. You have soy sauce? There we go. So, we have the grilled cheese. We'll let the butter soften a little bit, and obviously buttering the bread should be easy for you.
Yeah.
So go ahead, grab a slice, and you grab a dish. Now, in the laboratory here, I figured I should make my own potion. Every time I go out and I get grilled cheese, I like the way it tastes because of the grilled flat top that's in every greasy spoon, that every short order cook, they flip grilled cheese and whatever else on this thing all day. So, to simulate that season that you get, I have my own special concoction here. And Zach is not going to share the secret with anybody else.
Never.
This is just his recipe.
Mine.
And we're going to get some cheese, because grilled cheese without cheese sucks.
May not be grilled cheese anymore.
Yes. Again, this is stuff that cannot be done in a microwave.
Yes.
Go ahead and drop 1/2 in the pan, butter side down. Drop some cheese on there. And then we'll drop the other slice of bread on top of that.
Do you put your seasoning in the middle?
The seasoning goes after you flip it. So we're going to let that brown. Right before it starts to turn golden brown, we're going to flip it over, season it, let the other side cook. And then we're going to flip it over again to get the seasoning that we just put on the other side.
Okay.
It's all in technique for this recipe. And the seasoning is what makes it. So now we just flipped it, we seasoned the other side once we flipped it. I'm going to let that brown on that side, then we're going to flip it again. The seasoning, the reason why I flip it again, normally you wouldn't want to flip a grilled cheese again, but that's why we flipped it a little premature. Because we want to get the seasoning on that side to then flip it again so that the seasoning seeps into the bread. And it starts infusing with the butter. But if you put the seasoning on it, when you first put it in the pan, the seasoning just burns off and you don't taste it.
See, what I usually did was make it like that, put my cheese on, and then put my seasonings on inside of it.
On the inside?
Yeah.
You can do that too. I like to keep the inside for the cheese and the bacon, tomatoes, turkey, ham, anything else you want to put in there.
I like to use this and this on my grilled cheeses. It makes them
What are
really,
those?
really good.
Zesty seasoning blend and California seasoning blend.
It's like garlic,
That's garlic.
garlicky. It's pretty garlicky. That's what I like on my grilled cheese. Glow likes them, says they're the best.
We'll give this a shot. We'll see how it stacks up to yours. There we go. Now we'll season this side again. Again, just a little bit of seasoning this time. Now the seasoning blended into that side. Nice and golden brown. Right in the dish. We'll throw our pan back on a cool burner. And that's all ready to go.
Perfect. Perfectly crunchy. The season soaked nicely into the bread. Again, very crunchy. I like it nice and stringy.
Gooey, cheesy.
Yeah, ooey gooey and cheesy, all those. Obviously, I can't stop eating it and licking my fingers.
How does it stack up against your seasoning?
Mine's pretty good. I'll have to make you one for you. I'm not lying.
I made your own bottle of my grilled cheese seasoning.
Mmm.
So we can see how it stacks up. If you want, here's 2 more slices of bread. Make me yours.
Is there American cheese in there?
So here we go. This is officially the grilled cheese throwdown.
Are you guys ready?
Here we go.
Grilled cheese throwdown. Smackdown. Y'all ready?
Here we go. Cut into it. It's fluffy.
Is that good? It should be. It's not supposed to be thin.
It's hot. Hmm. Very good flavor.
Thank you.
It is really good. Now let's see what our panel of judges have to say. With us here tonight, we have a neighbor from next door dressed in the black shirt. Let's welcome to Home Cooking Overhaul, the dude that's been watching us cook all night. With Tweedledee is also Tweedledum. Come on, get the camera on this. Come on. Who's actually a chef in culinary school studying to master the art of what he's actually witnessing before him tonight. So, the panel of judges will now cast their decision once Zach serves them. And gentlemen, thanks for being such good sports and venturing into this realm of home cooking overhaul. Let's see what your opinion says. You've had my grilled cheese. Let's see how Zach stacks up.
Mmm. I love them. I get good enough. Nah, are you gonna give me your vote, boy? Oh, this looks like it's better.
Same
There
here.
better be a piece there for me.
Okay, so guys, cast your vote. I'm dying here.
Still say flat top.
Yeah,
same.
My grilled cheese seasoning and your vote?
Yeah, same.
Oh,
No.
It's a tie. It's a tie. It's a tie so far.
you say it's a tie. Well,
I need a piece for myself.
congratulations. You learned how to cook my grilled cheese.
Oh my!
You won't lose again.
Yeah, I got my own special seasoning
And
too.
you even have your own home cooking overhaul. Nick Pierce, Nick's original grilled cheese seasoning to use.
That is the bomb. I
Yours
love
is
my
really
grilled
good though.
cheese. Thank you.
Yours is good though.
I was bored right now. I'm so hungry, but I
Max
don't
is
want
ready for
regular
another
grilled
piece.
cheese.
Well, we have a whole loin of pork we're gonna have to get out of the oven soon, so we're gonna get this mess cleared up. So our pork loin, said it was 165, and that's ready. Because before we actually start slicing it, we want that to rest a little bit. Let all the juices seep back into it. Now we've let this rest for about 10 minutes, so we're ready to actually carve it. There we go. And see how juicy that is? You don't want to overcook pork, but
Juices are just pouring out.
Yes. If we let it rest a little sooner, it would retain some of that moisture even more. Some of that sauce on there. There you go. Take some of our sauce.
Yum.
And that is the cranberry maple glazed pork.
Alrighty. Looks really good.
Is it on the same level as the blueberry mango chicken? It's an experiment in and of itself.
Splendid, fantabulous, great. So good, I just want to eat it all right now. Perfect. Wow, that sauce is amazing. Good job. Really good.
Oh my gosh, it was heavenly. Oh, it was so good. The sauce was excellent. It was to where you wanted to lick your plate. That sauce was so good. Our first day with Nick has been tiring. It was a long day, but we got a lot accomplished. And now I'm ready to just kick back and relax and get stuff done that we have in our plans, and wait for him to show up tomorrow and cook more. That's what I'm looking forward to, is getting the job done.
The day with Nick today was a 100 out of 10. It was over the top, very tiring, but the experience overall was golden. I learned a lot. I learned a good new way to cook a grilled cheese. We learned how to cook a couple meals. The ramaki was amazing. I'll be using that in the future.
But I was really surprised when he said it was called ramaki. So, you know, I probably never tried ramaki before because I didn't know what it was. And if I would have known that, I could have been eating ramaki all this time. Who knew?
Nick's very funny and very radical at the same time. I can't wait for day 2.
After what we did yesterday and the food that we had yesterday, it was wonderful, and I can hardly wait until we get down to the seafood lasagna. My belly's just craving it now.
I'm really excited for the seafood lasagna too.
Well, here we are, day 2 at the Boyle residence. And since we're making a wonderful seafood lasagna, I'm actually hoping to catch something in this lady's fountain she's got in there. She's got a lot, so I'm hoping that we catch something.
He did so many things that really helped my kitchen out a lot too. And so far, what we've done, we've made my kitchen more roomy. And then when we get to sit down and eat, that will be the real topper.
So I bought my fishing pole. If not, I have ingredients with me just in case, because we know how my luck fishing goes. So let's get this done. And I hope she moved that piece of furniture out of her kitchen too. We do have a couple holes to blast, but we should be okay. So here goes, we're going in. I'm here, day 2, right?
Cool.
Seafood lasagna?
Seafood lasagna.
That works. I know you have a couple fountains. I'm terrible at fishing, so I figured I'd try my luck in them.
Well, good luck.
We'll see how it goes. So how'd we do?
Hey, I got the hutch out.
You did?
Yes, I did.
We'll take a look. And I'm also
all
going to
done.
drill a hole through your cabinet to get over the stove light plugged in, right?
Yep.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
And then we'll get cooking.
Yum,
It's on the
yum.
menu today.
All right,
If
I'm
we catch
ready
fish.
anytime you are.
Let's do it.
Fish.
Cook my bait. Whatever's in there. So the recipe, we're going to start with the seafood lasagna because it takes a while to make.
Okay.
There's a lot of different steps to it, as you can see. You're looking at the recipe now, and you're going to kind of follow along with this and make sure that we're doing everything the same way. First, we do have to cook the fish, though.
Okay.
So we have two different fish we're going to use. One of them is a flounder fillet, and another one is pollock. So to cook that up, we just want to butter a sheet pan. That'll just keep the fillets from sticking while they're in the oven. We're going to lay those out right on our pan. And we're not going to do anything special with them. And then we're going to drop them in our oven to start getting those cooked. So going right in. You want to add a little butter to the top, you can. We're going to need a small saucepan. And from what I understand, we need
Butter.
Okay? Butter is going in. Put that in there.
And that's 6 tablespoons.
6 tablespoons of butter.
Stir in flour.
Flour.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Let's see. And that's 6 tablespoons of flour.
6 tablespoons of flour is next. So what we're going to do is we're going to first melt this down. Before we add the flour, we end up with just clumps of flour.
Right, right.
And we have a whisk ready to go. And we even have a nice light over here to be able to see what we're doing. Does that look better?
Yeah,
Okay.
it helps, I guess, if
Not
it's
like we just
plugged
got done
in,
knocking
huh?
holes in your cabinet to get that thing
Yeah.
plugged in.
Hey, and it works
I'll enjoy
great,
it, I
look.
know.
6 tablespoons of
6
flour.
tablespoons. This should bring us to about there. And we need to whisk that in, don't we?
Yep.
So here, I'll start
Whisk
pouring
that
the whisk.
in. Half a cup at a time of the milk.
Of the milk. Got it. Look at that. So you keep whisking. There we go. There we go.
After you get that in, you season with salt, pepper, and nutmeg. Cook, stirring constantly for 4 to 6 minutes.
4 to 6 minutes. Got it.
Okay, we need 1 pound fresh spinach and half a cup of
Oh, this is very thick.
Parmesan cheese.
Parmesan cheese.
Then after you do that, you set it aside.
Okay. I'm also going to check up on our fish. Oh, they look delicious. I'm gonna
Ooh,
put some
yeah,
fish in there.
In a mixing bowl, combine ricotta cheese, garlic, and mozzarella.
Now, we're going to mash the garlic up. First, we're going to get the skin off. The easiest way to do that is just take your knife, smash it like that. So we have the garlic, and we need some cheese. We have regatta cheese. How much regatta do we need? About that much?
8 ounces
That much?
and 2 cups of ricotta.
How many ounces are
Oh,
in
2
there?
cups of regatta.
2 cups of ricotta, 8 ounces of the
Parmesan. And some mozzarella, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Throw it in there. Okay. We're going to go through. We're just going to combine all this.
And then salt and pepper.
Yep.
Mix well and set aside.
I'm also going to take the fish out
while you do that.
because the fish is done. Now we're going to need to bake our lasagna at 350 degrees, so let's adjust our oven. So we have our flounder and our pollock right here.
And you need
That has
the
to
other
cool
mix.
off a little bit. It's still a little hot. But actually, you know what we can do? We can flip those right into the
Into the
Put
bowl.
those right into
Yeah.
the bowl and get them off the hook.
Move the bowl over closer.
Yeah, here, you hold the bowl. Here comes the pollock. And again, we're just gonna break that up. See how nice and flaky that is?
Yeah.
There's our pollock. What a shame to break up a fillet like that, but
It's gonna be good.
once it goes inside that lasagna, it's gonna be delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some flounder. And use her as we go along just to kind of break that up.
And it'll cool faster that way too.
Yeah. Now we need to add some crab meat.
Okay.
So we'll do one can at a time.
Okay.
And let's add that to our mixture. Now there's some pepper in there that we gotta get out. There we go.
I think that's to assist in getting the crab meat out.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's very flaky and it'll stick to the can, so they put that paper in there. And what I normally like to do is I'll just take my knife and scrape it in there. I always like to hang on to the juices from the can peel because we can always add it for more liquid later.
For more flavoring. just
Yeah,
in
it's
case.
better than adding water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll just mix that up. What's nice about these disposable pans, easy cleanup. So, and we've used this to cook our fish on already, so this is
Right.
going to help stabilize it when you take it in
Right.
and out of the oven.
Right.
And what we do is just take that,
And just rub it on.
lay it right down. So, we'll take a nice ladle, helping worth. And then we're gonna need some pasta noodles. Work quick, just like that. Probably get 3 or 4 across a pan this big. And yeah, that's very hot. Next, we're gonna add some of our. We're gonna put the crab and fish up next. So again, we can just use the spatula. We'll just start dishing and spreading that out. Now next up is our cheese. So we'll drop that down right on top of the crab. Now our cheese is going to spread out, so it doesn't have to be as smooth as the fish and the sauce was. Because as that melts,
Oh yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
that's going to
amazing.
spread and bubble
Oh yeah.
and spread. So we'll do another layer of sauce. I see the sauce from the bottom layer still seeping through, but that's alright. I think the more sauce the better.
Me too.
Especially with that spinach in there.
Yeah. Oh, that looks good.
There we go.
Chloe's been wanting to do this for a little while now.
Well, here it is. Fantasy is becoming reality. We're just going to keep layering all these up. And we'll just keep building layer and layer and layer. And then go
Okay,
ahead,
Zach.
Zach. Layer of the fish, layer of the cheese.
Wow.
And step off to the side. And then we'll drop this last layer of noodles on there. Here, I got them here. There we go. Yep.
That last little bit of cheese in there.
Oh yeah.
The
Get
cheesier
it
the
in there,
better.
that's right. Get it in there. And then go ahead and pour the last of the sauce over the top. That's good. Put it on there. We'll go ahead and spread it out.
And now all we need to do is put it in the oven.
Right in the oven, 350
and
degrees.
350 degrees and bake it for 30 minutes.
Okay. Now while you guys eat that, we're done in the oven because finally
Yum.
our seafood lasagna is done. We're gonna need to let this set
Right.
for about 10 to 15 minutes because it's still bubbling and all around the edges.
Our seafood lasagna is set for a while now that it came out of the oven.
Oh yeah. All right, let's try this puppy. Seafood lasagna. I'm so excited. It smells so good.
Smells wonderful.
Perfect. Everything I wanted and more.
And there we have
Fish
it.
flavor is great.
Very good. Very
Okay.
good.
Love it.
You guys enjoy that for a little bit. I got some chicken stock on the stove. And we'll jump into some garlic soup next.
All
Then I
right.
have all the garlic you need.
Okay, got it.
More garlic than you'll know what to do with.
Oh my gosh, the seafood lasagna that Nick and Zach made was to die for. Oh, it was just so good. I was really impressed with it. It melts in your mouth.
And it was just all in all 100% great.
We have 3 glasses in a brand new functional kitchen. So I think that's something to drink too.
I did too.
All right. Barefoot Chef 1, home cooking overhaul.
I'm
Well.
keeping it.
There you go. Here's to your kitchen.
Well,
So you can
thank
actually
you.
sit 3 people at your table,
Yes,
and you still have room to cook. You have all this counter space.
Really?
You have some great new recipes, and it looks more cozy. It's not as cluttered. It's open.
Definitely.
So I think my
love
work
it.
here is done.
Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Cheers. Salud.
Thank you.
Cheers, invisible cheers.
Cheers. Good.
Thank you, Nick.
Well, it was
I
great.
love it. It's going to work a lot better for me now.
In the summer, you can use the air, and in the winter, you can use the heat.
The ceiling heat.
It doesn't get any better than that. Enjoy it.
Thank you. Now,
Have
do I get a
fun.
hug?
Of course. I will give you a hug.
Thank you.
Great working with you. Great meeting with you. We had a lot of fun.
Yes.
You're a great cook. Now you're a great cook with more room to cook.
Thank you, Nick.
Have a good one.
You too, bye-bye.
Later.
Be careful.
I'll try. Back out in the rain.
Well, that was absolutely amazing. What a great time we had. And unfortunately, it has to come to an end. But so do all of the good things. But I'm glad that her kitchen's back in shape and she's inspired to cook with stuff she never thought she'd be doing, or just ingredients that she liked, but just wasn't quite sure what to do with them. And but I'm glad my work here is done. What a great family, the Boyles of Laura. And there you have it.
Come back soon. We need a chef.
Yeah, I'm just glad that we made some new friends.
If you or someone you know would like to be on Home Cooking Overhaul, please visit nickpiercefood.com. On the next episode of Home Cooking Overhaul, Nick Pierce is off to Pickle, Ohio to work with the Dunhams. This hardworking couple enjoys their mealtime together, but wife Jennifer is looking to upgrade her cooking skills and get away from what she calls the same old thing. Jeremy needs a basic skills program before he's allowed back into the kitchen after a tomato sauce explosion. Can Nick get Jeremy in the kitchen again without the training wheels? And can he break Jennifer away from the same old food? Find out on the next episode of Home Cooking Overhaul.